Howdy, Aggs. Welcome in to the Aggie Audible. I am your host, Lee Hillis. And yes, you see by the title, Aggies win in their season opener 42-24. But let's bring in the co-host, class of 2022, Kyle Lovingood. Kyle, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little conflicted about this game, but I'm pretty good for the most part.
A little conflicted about this game, but I'm good. But Aggies win.
They win. That's important.
In my opinion, that's all that matters.
That is 95% of what matters.
But let's dive into some of this game right here. Marcel Reed, you could tell that he looked like a different quarterback, in my opinion.
I think he matured. He grew into what we would like to see in a second-year quarterback.
And so Marcel Reed went 22 of 34, 289, and 4 touchdowns. On top of that, he carried the ball 8 times for roughly 40 yards, give or take a yard or two.
And he could have had a lot more. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have had 80, 90 rushing yards. But, he was out there just trying to give everybody the ball.
Ruben Owens, 5 for 37. He was actually the leading rusher at running back. And then E.J. Smith, 2 carries, 6 yards, and the touchdown. But two of the next 3 guys we're really going to hit on tonight with them being transfers. Mario Craver, 8 catches, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns. KC Concepcion, 3 receptions, 72 yards, a touchdown. But he also had that 80-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for KC Concepcion and Mario Craver just going absolutely nuts, that's probably what gives me the most satisfaction about this week, because they came in and they balled out and they lived up to the hype, and you couldn't be more pleased, because last year we struggled so much in wide receiver, and to see them come in and just light up the big plays. We didn't have the explosive plays last year, and they brought the explosive plays last Saturday. So I'm just that's woo! That's what gets me really excited about this offense and this team as a whole.
But then you throw into the receiving game Theo Mellon-Orstrom, or as the Aggies like to call him, Thor. 3 catches, 23 yards, and a touchdown.
The big Swede. Yeah, no. Theo's my prediction for the tight end for breakout. So breakout tight end this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of
So
that from Theo.
let's go ahead and run through these clips that I have from this game. Starting off with the big 80-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Turn a punt. It's setting up blocks, starting one way and then coming out the back door. The big fella trying to get to him. No way. And he is absolutely gone.
You know who deserves the honorable mention for that one?
Terry Bussey or EJ Smith.
Well, EJ Smith. He was blocking his tail off the whole way down the field.
But the receiving stuff, honorable mention, would be Terry Bussey.
Yep, he blocked his tail off all
But
game long.
we have 4 huge touchdown receptions to get to. First one is Mario Craver.
Screen pass. Craver. The Mississippi State transfer in for the score.
So I have to stop you here. So Mario Craver did that. Do you consider that the first touchdown by a wide receiver?
Oh, that's conflicting.
Yes
Because
or no?
KC is a wide receiver, but it wasn't a receiving touchdown.
It was the special teams, right?
Yeah.
And my bold prediction last week was that Mario Craver would have the first wide receiver touchdown of the game. Do I get credit for that or not?
You should. If
I felt like he was going to do it. But boy, I tell you, too bad he wasn't the absolute first one in there. But I'm glad that Casey Concepcion kicked off the game because he got the Aggies offense moving, even on special teams.
But then you've got KC Concepcion.
Program that is looking to take that next step. We've been saying it for a long time. Reed to Concepcion. And he hears the highway call. His second touchdown. When you swing, you got to make sure you hit. Because if you miss a guy like Concepcion, he will make you pay.
We're going to see a whole lot of more of that this season. I'm excited about that. That right there is something to get excited about if you're an Aggie fan.
And as you said, he was going too fast to try to turn that corner.
Dude, he was like trying to spin himself into the end zone.
But then you have the big Swede Theo Mellan-Nordstrom on 4th and 1. And I'm going to let you dive into this play after about what you said on this play.
2 tight ends right. Reed keeps. Pitches to his tight end. Touchdown, Theo Mellan-Nordstrom. Oh, what a play call. Colin Klein, their offensive coordinator, had everybody thinking.
That play was exciting. You know what I was yelling from the stands? It's 4th and 1. Come on, Mike Elko. You said 4th and 1. We have to go for him. So anyhow, I'm yelling that in the stands, and I'm watching this play, and they call a timeout, and I'm like, oh, they're going to kick a field goal. And then they come out with this play, and I was just like, okay, that is phenomenal. They had Moss there, and the defense set up to keep Moss from getting into the end zone, and all the wide receivers. They stack, yeah. And then, you know, we had Terry Bussey dragging in the back. We had Theo right there on the goal line. And then Marcel Reed, like you were saying earlier, Marcel Reed had the ability to even run it in. So, I mean, there were so many options right there. And that's such a beautifully drawn up play. And that's one of those plays that, you know, we had so much trouble in the Texas game that, you know, our offensive coordinator, and he went to the drawing board and drew those up this offseason so that he could have some ammunition this fall and he wouldn't get caught flat-footed. That's kind of why I think we have creative plays like that. And I'm sure he's got several more of those in his back pocket.
And the last clip is a touchdown by one E.J. Smith.
Speed option. Smith powers into the end zone for 6 more. He put that foot in the ground and looked for the contact, got himself right in the end zone.
I did not have that on my bingo card for him being the first running back to score a touchdown this season.
But I told you, don't be surprised if we see some option this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about that because Le'Veon Moss is gonna be scoring touchdowns. Reuben Owens is gonna be scoring touchdowns, and Amari Daniels is gonna get his chances. And then here we are, all the way down in E.J. Smith. He's our third, fourth, depending on where you got Morrow, yeah. And so that's just exciting. There's so much diversity there.
But you said you wanted to hit on this.
Correct. This right here, the most receiving yards in a debut for an Aggie was Mario Craver at 122 yards. Come on. That just shows the explosive plays that we're going to see all season long. Christian Kirk. I mean, it's been a while.
So I went back and looked at half. So between the two touchdowns, if you want to include the punt return in there, it was like 4 plays, explosive plays for touchdowns of 20 yards or longer.
Right. Yeah, and that's good stuff. We did not have that last year. We had it like maybe one a game.
That is a beautiful change right there.
I mean, night and day different.
So this running back that we faced, Robert Henry, 16 carries, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. One of those 2 touchdowns was a 75-yard touchdown to start the second half.
Yeah. Like, what was that?
But the interesting stat that I do want to bring into this is in the second half, after that 75-yard touchdown, the Aggies defense only allowed 24 yards on 14 plays.
I mean, they made up for it. They started off the second half with a dud. And,
a dud.
I mean, I'm glad they came back and they played their butts off most of the second half because, I mean, we really needed that. The first half wasn't great. Second half was kind of – that defensive line had me slightly worried. That
interior – well, my stepdad, because he went back and looked at it, on that run – I don't know which one. I don't know if it was the nose tackle or the defensive tackle was out of place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody behind him was completely out of place.
Yep.
And I'm sitting here thinking, but that. So he also talked about Elko's presser, his post-game presser, and he said that they wanted to be more aggressive.
They're going to need to be.
On the offensive side. And that's exactly what I feel like A&M was. And as you said, that play to Craver and that play to Casey, you saw a whole lot more maturity from Marcel this year in game 1.
I mean, he hit him in stride. I mean, they were moving, and he hit him just like right, mid-range.
In the chest.
Yeah.
But not our next opponent, but the opponent after.
I take it back. That one that he threw to Mario Craver, that first touchdown that he threw to him, he threw it down low, close to his knees. And Mario Craver is just athletic enough to scoop it up and just keep going.
But not our next opponent, which we'll be back here on Thursday looking at Utah State, which they won yesterday. But Notre Dame lost on Monday night.
In a thriller.
But what does that tell you about Notre Dame? That they are capable of getting beat.
Yep.
So I know people do not like to talk about the rankings this early. But what does that do to the rankings? You have 4 teams in the top 10 get beat. You have Alabama. You have Alabama, Clemson, Texas, and Notre Dame. All get beat in week 1. This is the most teams to lose in week 1 that are in the top 5 since 1939.
Hey, that was a good year for A&M.
Don't start that now. Because you know what happened that year.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I mean, Alabama, they just look like absolute dog crap. I mean, I was just
Hot dog water.
And then Texas, I was enjoying every last moment of that. Sorry if you're a Texas fan. I don't know. You might be listening to this, but that was the hype that came out of Austin for that kind of performance was just that's all I gotta say.
But of course, back to our game this week. UTSA. $203 yards on the ground for UTSA. That is embarrassing if you're supposed to be a top 5, top 10 defense in the SEC.
Very embarrassing. Made me cringe.
But you throw 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles, but you have 7 penalties for 50 yards for A&M. You punt 7 times. You run 59 total plays. You're 1 for 1 on 4th down, which that 1 for 1 was the touchdown. So Theo Mellenhorstrom, 3 for 11 on 3rd. You have 17 first downs. You have 6.8 yards of play. 108 rushing yards, 291 through the air. But you have a total of 399 yards. What does that tell you about this A&M team?
Well, they're going to be explosive. I mean, for one, I mean, I think they should have more yards. Like they should get better on offense as they get rolling, and Marcel Reed is dialed in, and the wide receivers get used to the tempo and the play, and then we bring in the running backs to kind of help offset. Whereas it seemed like UTSA was really trying to make sure the run game would not get going. So I mean, we ran the ball 13 times. I mean that surprised me that we didn't come out and run the ball more. So I think in Marcel Reed's presser, you talk about the pressers. Marcel Reed was talking to the point that the first 2 times that they got the ball, UTSA came out and they played a different scheme than what they were expecting. So once they saw that, they flipped over to just passing, and away the game went.
So 8, 5, 3, 3, 2, 1. 5, 3, 3. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They ran the ball over 20 times.
I thought it was like 13, but okay.
Between everybody. Between Reed, Owens, Moss, Daniels, EJ Smith, and Miles O'Neal.
Okay, I wasn't counting Reed. But yes.
Because if you take Reed out of there, it's only 13.
Yeah, right.
14.
That's what I was saying. 13, yeah. 13 runs or something like that.
So 14.
I mean, that
24, 20, 22 times. They ran the ball 22 times.
I hope that against Utah State we see a little bit more balance, because they're going to have to respect the passing game now that we put it on tape. And so I hope we see a little more balance, and that will give me a little more comfort going into this Notre Dame game. So,
which Notre Dame does not have another game before they play us.
Ooh, they're on bye after the first week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we're their next game.
So they get 2 weeks. We only get one to focus on them. Okay. Not fair.
But think about this. They are coming off a loss. So I think they're going to take this week and figure out how to fix some of those mistakes they made. And
they're going to be hungry.
Well, if you were to look at the stats on that game, because I went back, because I watched some of it, and I went back and looked at the highlights, the rest of it. But Price, their main running back, was stonewalled the whole game.
Does Notre Dame have a young offensive line, or did they brought back pretty much everybody from last year, right? For Notre Dame, I'm pretty sure.
But the quarterback, it's a new quarterback.
Yeah.
So Price went 6 for 45.
Okay, yeah, that's not good.
And then Love, who's supposed to be like their star running back, 10 for 33.
All right. And then better take notes of what Miami did.
CJ Carr, the redshirt freshman, 19 of 30, 221. 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah.
But that tight end is who A&M needs to focus on. Because last year we had the hardest time covering tight ends.
Yeah.
This tight end went 5 for 97.
Yeah, we can't let this tight end get open, especially on those big third downs and stuff like that.
But at least they did not have a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown.
A&M did. I know someone who could run it back for him. Maybe two of them. Maybe
KC?
Yeah, and Bussy could do it. He almost got out.
So, players of the week. And I just sprung this on you before we started. So, honorable mention, I went the offensive line. And you're probably asking yourself why. This offensive line allowed 0 quarterback hits.
Part of that's due to Marcel Reed and his elusiveness, but yes, the offensive line gave him the space he needed.
Offense, I went KC and Craver.
I mean, could you have a better duo transfer in and just take off? I mean, that was awesome.
And the reason why is because what they did combined, 11 catches, 199 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That is insane.
Yep, that's good stuff.
Defensively, I went Marcus Ratcliffe.
Yeah, from the stands, he just popped all night long. I mean, he was there. He was around the ball. He was at the line of scrimmage. He was stopping the run. He was doing it all.
7 total tackles, 4 solo. 4 of those solo, so 3 were assisted. But he had 2 pass breakups in the secondary. And then, of course, you have like Will Lee, Des Ricks.
Des Ricks looked good. I was happy with what I saw from Des Ricks. I mean, we need him to step up.
And then special teams, I had to go back to KC.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it. He talk about an introduction.
Welcome to Aggie Land, KC Concepcion.
Hi, 12th man. Did you see that?
He was like, "Hi," but we do have to give honor to one person, Coach Lee Corso.
Oh,
He
man.
officially retired this past weekend from College Game Day. And the astounding statistic from this weekend, every single one of his picks hit.
Oh man, did you see that tweet about that guy who did like there's not a you know when they correct your tweet at the bottom, what do they call that? Dang it. Anyhow, it was like he can't get that Alabama one's gonna be completely wrong. He's going out on a bad note, and then they corrected him at the very bottom. And Twitter was like, "Not so fast," and then they put a link
Not
to the
so
score.
fast, my friend.
They put a link to the score of the game where Alabama lost. It was hilarious. So I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good. Way to go out on top."
And in the words of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. But of course, we'll be back this time Thursday night to get everyone ready for the other set of Aggies rolling in from Utah State.
You took the words out of my mouth. One Aggie to another.
One Aggie to another. There's a few Aggies in college football.
There is
Texas A&M, New Mexico State.
Yep.
And then Utah State.
Yeah, it's annoying when you're searching for the gifts. You're like Aggies, and you try to pull up gifts, and you get
Utah State, New Mexico State, Texas A&M.
It's like, come on. A&M should automatically shuffle to the top, and you should have to scroll for all the rest. But yeah, I'll get over that.
But man, what a game this week was! But week 2, here we come.
Yeah, I mean, my final thoughts is Aggies need to like really hone in on that run defense. I mean, that's gonna be. And
I was gonna say, like that's one thing that we need to clean up this week is that run defense needs to close up the middle, and linebackers need to cover the edge.
I mean, that was embarrassing. There was 2 times they run in and then he pops out, and then nobody was turning him in and keeping the edge, and it was just like it's so. As a fan, I'm sitting there watching that. It's just so frustrating to see that because it's like, come on, where's the containment, guys? So anyhow,
where was Cassius Howell? Because I don't think he was out there.
I mean, I didn't even. I looked at the stats, but I didn't even look to see what he had, and it's just. Was he Cassius Howell? Yeah, he had 1 solo tackle, and that was it. So Cassius Howell, just like, where did he go? For all the hype that he got this offseason and stuff, he better start showing up these next couple of weeks because he's going to quickly fall off, Yeah.
So, but as I said, as I was going to say, if you're going to South Bend in a couple of weeks, come find me. I will get there sometime Friday. Because it's like a 4.5-hour trip from here to South Bend.
Well, you enjoy yourself. I'm going to stay warm here in Texas.
And then, second week of October, come find either me or Kyle at Kyle Field.
I'm there every Saturday. If you see me walking around, come say hi. I'll probably have 2-3 kids and friends and whatnot, but come say hi.
But yeah, we'll be there for Florida weekend.
I predicted a loss, so you upset about that?
We will see. Or in the words of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend.
Hey, if we beat Notre Dame, I might be teetering on giving them, the win.
Florida.
Yeah.
Man, Florida looks dominant.
We'll have to see. We got a couple more games. We'll get some feelers in on Florida before they get here.
Because what does Florida have between now and then? They blew out Long Island.
Which they should have.
55-0. Then you have South Florida, who just beat Boise State. Then you
That'll
hit
be
conference play. Then you hit conference play the week we play Notre Dame.
Okay. Who do they play?
They go to Death Valley.
Ooh, LSU and Florida. Ooh, that'll be juicy.
And that's prime time.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Then they host. Then they go to South Beach to play Miami.
Oh, ooh, man, even juicier. That's good. That's good stuff. I like this.
But then they host Texas in the Swamp.
Ha! Okay.
So I think they'll probably come into Kyle Field with 3 losses.
All right. I could see it. If this is the year that they're going to be good, I mean, they might surprise on a couple of those. But yeah, I mean, they could definitely come in.
So
And
I think they'll be 2-3 when they roll into Kyle Field.
man, I hope they're not 2-3. I need I need them to look good so that A&M, when they beat them, even though I predicted a loss, they look better.
Well, what if they go to Death Valley and win?
Golly.
And then go to Miami? Like, what if they come in 3-2?
That would be just like college football, because Miami wins this week. They get that big win. Dang it, help me here.
Notre
Who'd
Dame.
they just beat? Notre Dame. Yeah, they just beat Notre Dame, and then
Who does Miami have before they play Florida? Oh, they got like Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, warm up game.
And then South Florida.
Ooh, South Florida's getting to play some big boys this year. They could put themselves on the map if they beat some.
Because they just beat Boise State.
Right.
Who I highly expect to drop out.
Yep. Well, while I'm thinking about it, he's talking about drop out of the top 25. Where do you think Texas falls? Do you think they just like?
I think
3, 5?
I think they stay top 5. I think they go to 5.
5? Okay. Man, I was hoping for like.
I think A&M climbs 2 spots. I think K-State drops like 3.
That makes sense. They didn't look good.
Boise State drops out.
Yeah.
One of the new teams to the top 25. Florida State.
They came out of nowhere. Man, I'm sorry, Alabama.
I think Florida State slides into 24. I think Tennessee goes from 24 to 23.
Okay.
I think Bama drops to probably 12. I think Clemson drops to probably 6.
Got a lot of shuffling going on this week. Yeah.
Ohio State's your new number 1.
As gross as that sounds, I'm so glad they're gonna be number 1 over, the other option, Texas.
The school to the south.
Yeah.
But Aggies, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thanks, and gig 'em.
Gig 'em.